Great Saturday, sunny morning. Wow, it is so beautiful. To God be the glory for now we're in the 20s of February. And I just mentioned we only have one more month of the official winter. And then the spring equinox takes place. And I don't know about you, I just love the winter time, the beautiful snow, and making old-fashioned snowflakes, folding a square white sheet of paper, folding it in half and creasing and then folding it again and then cutting triangles. It's just so fun. Well, speaking of dates and months and seasons, and before you know it, we're going to be in the spring season. Then right after that, Lord willing, the summer season. And I know that there are different calendars that people have based out of the scriptures, but I'm talking about our calendar. And it says in verse 7, and ye shall have on the 10th day of the 7th month a holy convocation, or a holy meeting or assembly. And I asked my son, well, did you read that? The 7th verse? And he read the different chapter. But pretty much, it's a special day. And I can remember when this young man was born, the 7th month and the 10th day. And I remember 10:30 at night, I was like, oh wow, if he could just hold off just an hour or so, then he could be a 7-11 baby, not knowing that 7:10 is very special. So it's a day where you're not to do any work, regular work. It's a day when you afflict yourselves and present yourself back to the Lord. And we do that every day, whether it's sunshiny or whether it's cloudy, whether it's the last month of winter or the last month of spring, winter, spring, fall, summer, whatever. We just want the Lord to be glorified in all that we do this day. And we know that there were offerings that were given. And in Psalms, it talks about how we don't have to do that, because the Lord was saying, look, I own all the animals, right? We know that verse where it says the cattle on 1,000 hills. I own it, all of them. And I also have named every bird. I am familiar with every species. So you don't have to do any of that. What do you have to say about that as far as in, oh my goodness, 4 short months, Lord willing, 4? Talking about this going into the 20s, you'll be going into your 20s. How do you feel about that? Leaving your teens, the last 4 months.
Got a little bit of time left. So.
Got a little bit of time left to enjoy your teens? Really? Yeah. Now, most people, I remember when they were younger, they couldn't wait to become 20 or 21. But yeah. And that's why I have my young people, my students at the school. We were going over juniors. Y'all remember Junior Edgecombe, the British singer? And back in 1982, when he sang that song, "Take Your Time, young man," Mama used to say, "Don't you rush to get old." Mama used to say, "Take it in your stride." Mama used to say, "Live your life. Don't try to fill yourself with old adult problems, because they could become so heavy." And we know that the Lord will hear us in the day of that heaviness, in the day of trouble. In verse 1 of Psalms 20 again, He will defend us. He will send help from the sanctuary and strengthen us. And Lord, remember all thy offerings, the present day offerings, the present day gifts that we give ourselves, our service, our heart, what we do, and accept thy burnt sacrifice, right? Present our bodies a living sacrifice to be holy and acceptable. Yeah, and some people trust in this and that, but with all that's going on, we're not going to even trust in our youth, because our age changes. So it's cool to be young, but keep on living, as my uncle would say. It will be our turn. So in the meantime, Psalms 50, from the rising of the sun unto the going down of the same thereof. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, God hath shined. So this is another perfect day, another perfect weekend. Let's just enjoy the Lord. And this is also the chapter where it says, the Lord knows all the fowls of the mountains, and if he were hungry, he owns everything. For the world is mine and the fullness thereof. Verse 12. So we're just tenants, we're just sojourners, we're just visitors. What do you got to say about that, Timothy's going into the weekend? Enjoying your teenage life, enjoying living on borrowed time, and making the most out of the time while we have it.
Yeah, can't waste any time.
Can't waste any time. Let's spend our time in praise. Enjoy Saturday.